Hi there. I'm just going to spend the next few minutes on a tutorial on how to use Betfair for those of you who have never used an exchange before. The difference between Betfair Exchange and other bookmakers is that when you are dealing with an online bookie or in person, you are the person who's backing the horse, the punter, and the bookmaker plays the person who is laying the odds that you want and taking the money and taking the risk that you win. On an exchange, the exchange facilitates finding somebody who's prepared to lay the horse and finding a person who wants to back the horse and matching them up at odds that they agree on. So on an exchange, you can actually act as a punter in a normal way, or you can act as a bookmaker and actually lay off odds. In this way, there's two advantages. Firstly, you can become a bookmaker, and if you don't fancy a horse, you can back it to lose. The second way is that you tend to get better odds this way, and Betfair claim that 94% of all their prices are better than the sports bookmakers online. So that's the theory behind exchanges. Let's go in to have a look at the exchanges in a bit more detail. So if you put in betfair.com into your browser and you click on it, you'll come to this home page. Generally, it sends you to the sports book unless you actually ask for exchange. We actually want the exchange because the sports book is just like a normal bookmakers, and we actually want to be in the exchange because we want to actually work with both being able to back and lay a horse. So we're into the exchange now, and I'm looking at particularly at horse racing. That's what I specialize in. And on the left-hand side here, I want horse racing today's card. If I click that, it'll give me the next available horse race on which we can place bets. This happens to be a French horse race, but we don't like French horse racing. We don't like Singapore racing either. What we want is the next available UK race, which is Newbury. And here we see the Newbury 305, an 8-runner race. 1 mile, 5 furlong handicap. Now, on the left-hand side, it's all blue. These blues are for backing. So you can back a horse here. The odds I can get on Rococo is 3.15 to, that's 3.15, which is equivalent, and you can see it coming up there, 11 to 5. It's just gone in at 0.5 of a point. The odds I could now lay it at are the same. So it moves depending on the amount of money, which you can see at the bottom there. £1,830 currently is being offered at 3.1. It's just all been taken. And now is £990 at 3.05. There's 2,331 at 3, and there's 588 at 2.98. Equally, on the other side of it, you have money being offered at the other prices. Now, depending on how much demand there is for this horse, will depend on whether the odds either shorten, go in from 3.1 to 3.05 to 3.3 and so on, or drift, go from 3.1 to 3.15, etc. Similarly with all the other horses, the difference between the blue and the red is the unit of measure at that particular point. You can see just below 3 it's 0.02 it will move at, above 3 it's 0.05, above 5 it's 0.1 you can see there, above 7 it's 0.2, above 10, it's 0.5, then it goes to 1, and then, as you can see, as we move further out, 30 goes to 32, etc. Now, I'm not going to do that. I just clicked on it by mistake. So now, I think that Rococo is going to win. So I will want to back it. Now, I can either click on the 3 and say, yep, I'll take that. And if I put in 5 there, that will immediately be taken because I'm saying I want to take those odds, that will immediately be matched. If, however, I want to be a bit smart and I see that there's money over here at 3.05 and I want just a little bit more value for my money, I'll go to 3.05, which means I might not get a bet, but I probably will because this is a fluid market. No, it's gone in, so I should have taken the 3. So I can now go to 3 and see whether that will be taken. No, it's still going in. So actually, in a market where it's actually going in, you probably want to take your blue, and that's a good example of actually how not to do it. Basically, this horse is shortening. You want to take the odds. If it's drifting, you want to take the red odds. If it's shortening, you want to take the blue odds. If it's sort of bouncing around a bit, you might want to be a bit smart and try and take the outside of the 2 odds on offer. So I can now be a punter, playing just the normal role, but hopefully, this sort of price, the 3 is actually 2 to 1. So add 1 to all the odds that you see in the bookmaker. So 3 is 2 to 1. Let's take 8 would be 7 to 1. You'll see that come up in a second, 7 to 1. And 11 is 10 to 1 because they take into account the stake you have. So if I want to back Rococo at 3, which is 2 to 1, then I have my stake of £5 and then my profit is 10. So in the end, if I was going to do this with a bookmaker, I'd give him my £5, and if it won, I'd go back and he'd give me 15 back, which would be giving me my profit, giving me my stake back with my profit. So hopefully that's clear. Now, we see that actually it's bouncing around a bit. So we see that it's gone in below 2 to 1. Now it's gone back out slightly over 2 to 1. I can probably get that particular better way at, say, 3.1. So let's see if we can get 3.1 there. And that's what we think it's worth. So we're going to go in with 3.1. So now I'm here and I want to back the horse. I'm the punter. I'm hoping that somebody out there thinks this horse isn't going to win and is prepared to give me the 3.1. So we'll just see what happens. It's happened there. Now, I think that Rococo is fine. Yeah, hopefully it'll come in. So I might want to make just a little bit of a profit because it has been in below 3 already. So I'll put it in 3 there. And I'll place that bet and see whether somebody will take that. Now, I'm acting a little bit like both, but you can see also, now I've gone for 3.1. My profit is actually £10.50. Now I'm acting as the bookmaker here, and I'm now offering out to the community on Betfair Exchange. I'm saying, anybody want to now back this horse at 2 to 1 because I'm prepared to lay it at 2 to 1, and my liability from that would be the same as if I was a bookmaker, as if you'd come to me with your £5 and said to me, "Yep, I'm going to take your bet. I think that Rococo is going to win, and you're prepared to give me 2 to 1. So if I was the bookmaker, I'd take your £5, and if Rococo wins, I would have to pay you your £5 back, and your and I'll be liable for £10. Now we see that it's gone off. I'm going to do in running. I just want to get out of this bet particularly, so I'm just going to do in running quickly just to get out of it. Hopefully that will get me out of it. Yeah, no problem, 2.4. So I've got 80p free bet now on Rococo. I backed it at 3.1. I could have waited a bit longer in the running to see if it goes in, which it has. So I could have made a bit more. I can cash out. So I've got an 80p bet on, and it's telling me that I can cash out at 28p. Well, I'm not bothered, to be honest. So I'm not bothered whether it wins or loses. So I just cashed out, and I've taken, if Rococo wins, I get 33p, and if any of the others win, I get 28p. So so basically, I've acted as both in this example, I've acted as a punter. I've come and I backed it. I could have just stayed as a punter. I could have just left that bet as it was, accepted that 3.1 was good odds to get because Betfair often offers better odds, and if it had won, I'd have made a profit of 10.50. I could have acted as just as the layer of this horse, and I could have laid it at around about the same odds. You saw it before the race, so around about 3. And if Rococo loses, I would make my profit would have been like a bookmaker. You put your £5 with me. If it loses, if you bet £5 to the bookmaker keeps your £5 if it loses. So I'd have made £5. But if Rococo wins, my liability, what I have to pay out, would have been £10. So that's how you work Betfair. You can either back a horse if you fancy it, lay a horse if you fancy it, or do as I've done, back a horse at odds that I think are good value, and then lay the horse in the race. Now, actually, Rococo looks like it's a lay because now its odds are lengthening. Let's just see how it works. Yeah, he's not going to win. No way he's going to win. In fact, it looks like Gal Marley is going to win. That's what it looks like, unless something comes out of the pack. Something is coming out of the pack. What is it? Something down there. Dialta. I can't see that winning. So yeah, here we go. Galmari. Yeah, Galmari is just obviously pulling away and going to win. So so that's how Betfair works. It matches up people who want to back a horse who think that the odds are too high, and people who want to lay the horse because they think the odds are too low. And that is the principle behind Betfair. And the reason why Betfair is interesting is because you can do what I just done, which is back it at one price if you think it's too long, and then lay it at a lower price, and then take the difference. From my £5, I've just made 28p. It's not a lot, but it's what's that? £5 for a 20th. So I just made 5% on my money for virtually nothing, without even trying. So I made 5% on my stake. If that had been £50, I would have made £2.80. If it had been £100, no, £100. Let me see. Yeah, £100. I'd have made yeah, whatever it is. 20 times to 560. I made £5.60. Right, so I made 5.6% of my money. So it's a way in which you can act as both bookmaker and as a punter, and this is the basis on which we can work out winning strategies. Because if we can see odds, a way of getting odds that are higher than being off, or higher than we think are right, or we can see odds that are lower than we think are right, then we can either back it or lay it, and make the difference, make money out of the difference. So that's your simple guide to Betfair. Hopefully it's been useful, and if you like what you see, come to insidetracks.co.uk or follow us on the YouTube channel. Cheers, bye.